Hello everybody, welcome back. Graham here. So, I remember telling you about in January, having my bloods done, and what I found out is my PSA had started to normalize, which then opened the door for me to have my radiotherapy. Now, radiotherapy was going to be a 6 weeks course or treatment, and the treatment would be Monday to Friday, and it's about a 25-minute process. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but if you want to know what radiotherapy is, it's targeted process of radiation that hits the prostate in an absolute certain place where the cancer is active. And it has a whole host of, again, more side effects. It can burn the skin, it can dry your skin out very much. You know, they advise you don't have baths, because a whole host of issues that are surrounded by the side effects. But look into that if you're interested in what the side effects of radiotherapy are. So, just going back, I had the phone call from the doctor. They booked it in, and I do recall it started quite early in January. It did, yes. I think it was around the 6th of January. And which was good for me because would come out of Christmas, I was still on a bit of a high. And I had the aim to really get myself into a much better place for that year. You know, the New Year resolutions and all these things. One of mine was I'm going to get myself in a much better place and deal with all my aches and pains and other little things that were going on in my life. Now, before I start going on to the radiotherapy, one of those things was I wanted to address my blood pressure, because at the back of my mind, I thought I had high blood pressure, but never really looked into it and treated it. So one of the things I bought in January was a little mechanism where you can, test your blood pressure on a daily basis and start to record all the findings. So I bought that. I started to make a little log. I would do it 3 times to get the average. And sure enough, it started to come back as abnormally high. And I did this over a week. And the reason I was addressing this is because I was having really quite bad headaches on a regular basis. I'm talking about every other day. And I, again, as most men do, they put it down to something else. They don't specifically say, that's high blood pressure. No. This was, I'm getting old, I've got cancer, I'm a little bit, stressed with it all, I'm getting headaches. It wasn't that. So I made this little table of all the results, the averages, and looked up and found out what, is in the normal, what is above normal, and what is high. And mine were consistently high, my readings. So what I did, I went off to one of the pharmacists, and they can do it for you. They can have your blood pressure done. And they did it. And I remember the pharmacy, the lady who did the readings for me, or took my blood pressure, she said, and funnily enough, the pharmacy is right next to my doctor's surgery. She did it 3 times. She took the average and she said, I highly recommend you go round and ask for an emergency appointment with your doctor. And funny enough, that just sent the alarm bells, And I said, are you sure? Because, I do have cancer as well. I'm going through stage 3 and blah, blah, blah. She said, no, your blood pressure is extremely high. Go round and ask the receptionist to book you an emergency appointment. I did. I went round and I told her where I'd come from, what the readings were. She printed off a reading, the pharmacist. She gave me that. I said, give that to the receptionist. I gave it her. Her face literally went a little bit pale. She furiously tapped away at her computer and asked me to sit down. To cut a long story short, within 1 hour, I was back at the pharmacist with the prescription for high blood pressure pills. And after taking them, and there was a week of me adjusting to those tablets and having a few of the side effects, my life changed yet again. The headaches stopped. The whole host of things surrounding high blood pressure, but everything started to drop down. I just felt a lot better in myself, and to this day I can count on my hand. I'm talking about nearly a year on. I've been on these tablets, and I can tell you my life has changed. And I feel a hell of a lot better. So just a quick message. Anyone who, has all these symptoms that are going through what I'm going through, don't put it all down to your side effects of, the testosterone blockers or associated with, stage 3 cancer or stage T1, T2, whatever. Address your health issues, because little things can make a huge difference. Anyway, I had a conversation with the doctor about the radiotherapy. Whole load of leaflets came through, a whole load of information telling me about what I was going to go through, and took a few days to digest it, and then the appointments came through. And as I said, it's going to be 6 weeks, 5 sessions a week, until I've gone through the whole radiotherapy. Now I don't want to carry on now, because I've actually ran a little bit longer than I thought because of telling you about other things. But this episode was really about January, getting my health issues into some type of way I could deal with them, and a big tip to getting the high blood pressure dealt with. Anyway, great to tell you my story. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again on the next episode, and bye for now.